I don't know where to start this video from because I am angry and I understand that we collectively as people are not angry enough. Some people are more angry than others, but some are more asleep than others. At least in the UK, people are protesting day in, day out. Almost every weekend, there was a protest from the Patriots. In Australia, things are really bad and they're going from bad to worse. I have a few really distressing videos to share with you. I don't know where to start. Okay, maybe I should start from here. Okay, have a look at this guy.
What you can from strength and from horses that you will terrorize.
So he's laughing, yeah, and I'm going to show you the manifestation of his words. And these people are just there, openly, boastfully, and protected by our governments. As I said, I think we're not angry enough because these things keep on happening. We've been told that this is a new norm. This is the new norm that we have to just accept it.
You'll frighten and terrorize the adu Allah, the enemies of Allah and your enemies. I will, subhanallah, I will put fear and terror in the hearts of the enemy. So ألقي في قلوب الذين كفروا رعب, terror. فاضربوا فوق الأعناق. Hit them above the necks.
This will explain, this will all make sense to you once this video ends.
وَاضْرِبُوا مِنْهُمْ كُلَّ بَنَانٍ, and cut their fingers. Why the finger? Because they can't fight. You disable a very intelligent way. You cut their hand, cut their neck.
So what's this obsession with beheading people, yeah? We've all seen those ISIS videos where they would behead people, they would make young children behead their victims. And it is now playing out in the streets of our cities in the West. This harrowing video has just come out of Belfast, Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. I wouldn't be able to play you the whole video, but I'll include the links in the description. So this African guy, I don't know, he's Sudanese or Somali, we're waiting on more information, sitting on top of this Irish man, a white, well, I'm assuming he's Irish because he's white, and he attempts to behead him, literally behead him. He's screaming for his life, as you can see right there, okay? As I said, I won't be able to play the video, so some onlookers are terrified, they're screaming, they're trying to, and he's just screaming in his, I don't know what language. And eventually people come in, they get him off him by repeatedly striking him on his head, and he's finally off, and then a copper comes at the end. As you can see, the copper comes right there, and then he just gets them. The guy barely survived the attack. He was trying to behead him, yeah? Exactly how Muhammad Hijab was instructing. Hit them there, the neck, cut it. These are not isolated incidents, guys. Do you know what happened to Rhiannon White? You know what happened to Wayne Broadhurst? And why is the West so helpless? Let me show you this. The wife and children of Somalia's new Islamic State, ISIS, leader, are living in Slough on social housing. This guy is enriching Slough, London. Slough is a dump too, by the way. I've seen it. Nothing to rave about. They're taking the piss. Your protests mean absolutely nothing. In fact, those people who protested for Henry Nowak in Southampton, I know things got a little out of hand. It barely happened a week ago, and they've already handing out sentences to, I think the longest sentence they've handed out to a person who threw a cone at a police officer, 2.5 years. 2.5 years for throwing a cone. Again, not encouraging that. But on the flip side, remember the two Manchester brothers? All caught on film throwing punches. One of the brothers is not even found guilty. Why? Because they had Muslims in the jury. They couldn't even find him guilty. They couldn't even find one of the brothers guilty. And the other brother still hasn't been sentenced. It's been nearly 2 years. Here, white people, within a week, 2.5-year sentence has been handed out. And this is what's happening on our streets. Every single week, it's happening. I don't know. Maybe the West is a failed society now. It's a failed society. It's a yeah. I don't know. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. Sitting on top. He's holding it. He's grabbing his hair and he's got him in the position and he's about to cut off his head. That's a good meme. Tool of the ruling class and the common people. ISIS ideology and beheadings on the streets of Belfast, pretty much everywhere. Look at this. Tell me, would it really be that hard to get rid of all of this? Would it really be that hard to bring peace on our streets? And guess what, Aussies? It's happening in Australia too. I just saw this another harrowing footage. Are you ready? Now, this happened, I think in Mernda. This happened in Mernda, in Melbourne. Again, I can't play you this video. I'll just show some snippets of it. So this is a white 16-year-old boy. His name is Declan. These Sudanese boys, a whole group of them, broke into their house in Mernda and stabbed him multiple times, hit him. As you can see, this is it. Look at this. Stabbed him multiple times, hit him with a blunt object multiple times. And the person who's filming, just imagine the kind of society we live in. This person, I don't know who that person is, probably his sister or family member, or I don't know who that is. She's filming it. She's filming her loved one being stabbed and bludgeoned to death right before her eyes. And she cannot get in to do anything. She can't. And this was kept under wraps as well by our government, just like Henry Nowak's murder was kept under wraps. This happened a while ago. How do we know? It happened in 2025 as well. The animal took part in so one of Declan's African killers was released. So he died 66 blunt force injuries and 56 times he was stabbed. I can't play you the video. Look at this. Look at this. He's pleading for his life. And they come back and hit him again. I cannot imagine this terror. Look, guys, okay, some of us are old enough to remember, even at the peak of our underworld gangland warfare, when competing rival gangs were going at each other, the Italian mob that we had in Melbourne, called the Underbelly, even then, they never used to break into people's houses. They would just go, they'll do drive-by shooting to get a message across. Even if they wanted to hit someone, even if they wanted to kill a gang member, they would wait for the rival to come out of their house and then shoot him outside. They would barely break in. But because we brought in this culture, Sudanese, Somalis, I'm sorry, I don't know. It's the community's responsibility to get their shit sorted. The good ones need to do something about their bad ones because things cannot go on like that. So let me finish that. So one of his murderers was released because he was deemed too young to take responsibility for murder, but he was old enough to commit a murder. Our judges are woke. They're not going to give us justice. Our police, I don't think our police is as soft as the UK police, but their hands are tied. They have to operate within the peripheries of law. They can't step out of that. And our politicians are woke as Victoria is ruled by a woke lefty Labour Premier, Jacinta Allen, who's right now crying about because someone carried out a campaign because someone did this. Look at this. Ditch the witch. They're saying ditch the witch. So they put up these billboards on moving on trucks, and they're driving through the streets of Melbourne. And she's having an absolute meltdown that this is misogyny. How is that misogyny? It is not sexist if you are indiscriminate. Let me say that again. It is not sexist if you are indiscriminately attacking everyone. Is this sexist as well? Because we're calling him Fire the Liar? What Fire the Dick? If we call him a dick, fine. We call him a prick. And Aussies drop the C-U-N-T word a lot easier, a lot more carelessly, I want to say, but fire the C-U-N-T. This is well within the acceptable norms of political criticism. Sorry, I digress. My point is, this is what they're crying about when they have turned our streets in literal third world war zones. So this murder of Declan, this is our Henry Nowak moment. We should be protesting. This happened in 2025. It's the same thing, guys. They know everywhere we're reaching a breaking point. I think we're just not angry enough. Look at this. And on top of that, they're bringing these savages. He is a literal ISIS leader. He's living in Slough. I honestly thought he was a joke. And then I looked at it. It was confirmed. I thought it was a joke. I thought these guys were just exaggerating it, hyperbole. It was satire. No, it's not. Look at this, one more. Let me tell you this again. We don't know the identity of this murderer, but have a look at this. Man 25 allegedly stabbed to death. These are not just random scratches, you know, like you stab and you run and you survive and they take pity on you. No, stabbed to death. This could be any one of us. Any one of us will keep getting killed because of the woke policies that have been imposed on us. In Melbourne's Little Africa, Footscray, I went to university there. It was never the greatest of places, but oh boy, it has become an absolute third world hellhole. I would never go there. A man has been arrested over an alleged fatal stabbing in the Little Africa precinct of the crime-ravaged Melbourne suburb of Footscray. The alleged victim, a 25-year-old man from South Yarra, must be a white man, poor white man, accidentally went there for some reason, was found, well, I'm assuming, because, you know, if they're not going to give us the identity, then we are well within our rights to assume, okay? We're well within our rights to assume. If you don't want us to assume, then give us the full details. Tell us who have you arrested. Tell us who's been stabbed. That's BS. Because they always used to tell us, if it's the rule of thumb, guys. It's the rule of thumb. If they give us the identity, if the person is white, they will give us the identity of the attacker. They do that straight away. So that guy was found with serious injuries behind the courthouse hotel on Nicholson Street. Nicholson Street, that's where my university campus was, at about 7:45 on Sunday, yesterday, or the day before. He was treated at the scene by paramedics but could not be saved, and police launched a search of the surrounding area for his alleged attacker. Victoria Police arrested a 37-year-old man from Williamstown at Yarra Valley Railway Station. Now, I don't know the identity of this person, but I remember last year, I covered this. In April last year, police shot dead a Somalian man who charged at them with a knife. And 2 months before that, that man had stabbed another one. African gangs. Yeah, we're not angry enough, guys. We are not angry enough. I think we should be protesting every weekend. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can do anything. But please join my Telegram group where patriots from all over the Western world get in and we share our thoughts. And I think maybe we can use that as a platform where we can organize protests. We've got 522 members at the moment. Again, it's free, just join. And as I said, people from all over the Western world, patriots, people who are watching their countries go down the drain because of their woke, lefty, lunatic politicians. And we share ideas. I don't know. I think we're not angry enough. We need to mobilize, we need to coordinate, and we need to make more noise. Otherwise, oh my God, every time I look at the clean streets of Melbourne, my heart just sinks because I know what's coming. It's very depressing if you just go down that avenue of thinking. Look what's happening. African gangs are terrorizing. Melbourne constantly used to win one of the most livable cities award. And look at this. These foreigners from other cultures are breaking into houses. As I said, this is not normal. We don't have to accept it as a new norm. We don't have to.